Hey y'all, Ashley here sharing something a little bit different this time. This is called Mix It Up Monday, where I will share either a mixed media process or just something new that I'm trying within a process video. For this particular layout, I did some things that I normally like to do, but I also tried some things a little bit different as well. Also, stay tuned for more videos because in addition to this series, I don't know that I'll be posting a video every Monday, by the way, but in addition to this series, I'm going to do something else where I start posting super quick layouts. It won't take away from the other layouts that I normally post, but I'm still coming up with a name. It'll be something where I post like layouts that probably only take 15 to 20 minutes total, and so I'm still coming up with a name. But thankfully, Craft and Kate has given me some awesome suggestions on what I could title the series. So I'll probably go with one of her suggestions. Okay, so back to the layout. I'm using some watercolor paper that I just cut down to 12 by 12, and I just took some picked raspberry distress ink, rubbed it on my craft sheet, sprayed some water, and used a watercolor brush to kind of spread that around. I also added in some orange and some other pinks from my watercolor palette that's from Michaels. It was a really cheap palette, probably like $5 or $6 or $7, something like that. I went ahead and made sure that dried all the way, and it did warp quite a bit, but I will post, or I will adhere it to another piece of cardstock, so no worries there. I'm taking some glaze medium or gel medium from Faber-Castell. I think I got this at Michael's. It's sort of new for me anyway, at Michael's, and so I picked that up. I kind of wish now that I would have used modeling paste, just because I think it would have given more of an impact, but it's okay. It still does show a little bit of texture after I do everything else. So part of the reason why I wanted to do this layout, I was actually just kind of playing around and wanted to play with my new watercolor paper, and I thought, I kind of have been inspired by Wilna Furstenberg lately, and I love how she layers things and just almost, it seems like really thankless for her. Like she just kind of puts things on top of each other and it just works. And so I just pulled from a stash that I've been having just sitting around from old kits and from other things that just are laying around my craft room that I need to put away. And I have this little box, you'll see it in a second. And while that dries, I'm just kind of looking through the box and pulling out things that I want to layer. And I'm mixing and matching. I don't care if there's reds and oranges and stuff doesn't match. Like I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm just kind of pulling out stuff that I want to use up, basically. And so that's kind of where the new part comes in, because I hardly ever do that. And I really liked the way this turned out. I was really just gluing stuff down and not even thinking. And you'll probably be able to tell, I'll use this tacky glue. It's like, I think it's really cheap glue from any craft store. I think it's like Aleene's, or I don't know. I think it starts with an A. Anyway, so I'll just start gluing stuff down and not really, just kind of going with the flow, not really thinking a whole lot through. And that's abnormal for me. I mean, I normally try to think things out. So there's the glue that I was talking about. So I have this tissue paper that I bought at Michael's the other day. It's the Hazel and Ruby, and I did get a few other things, not from Michael's, from Hazel and Ruby, but I ordered from their website some of their sticky things that go on the canvas. They're stencils, I'm sorry. They're like the negative of the stencils, and so I did order some of those, but I picked up some of this tissue paper because I thought it would be fun to use on a layout, and I really liked the way that it turned out. So here's where I'm just starting to layer things together. I really don't care if the glue gets everywhere. Again, I was just kind of playing around and then I started to film it. And I do that because sometimes if I'm playing around doing a layout and I really end up liking it, I'm sad that I didn't film it. So normally I just try to film it no matter what, just in case. And I'm really glad that I did because I loved this layout. So here's the box that I was talking about with just a ton of stuff in there from old kits and other things that I've gotten, that I just kind of throw in there that I need to put away. And I thought, just pull some things out and just, even if I don't feel like it matches, I just glue it down. And so, I'm really liking the background too. I really like the way those kind of reminds me of sherbet, the colors. And then I like the contrast that the yellow gives from the Dear Lizzie paper as well. That typewriter was actually a stamp I got from Michael's. I think it's like a jelly bean soup stamp. I think, and I just stamped it out and cut it out, and I just had placed that in that box because I was just playing around with those stamps one day. So a lot of this stuff is kind of scrap type things. Of course, some of them are embellishments that I plan on using. I just haven't, used in a while. So it's a really great way to use up stuff you just have in your stash. I really liked that too and wanted to make it work, but I just didn't think it really made sense on the layout, even though I wanted to force it to make sense. But I went with the camera instead, which I really, really loved. And then I decided to layer up those 2 chipboard hearts as well. Just kind of, like I said, I'm just pulling stuff from Amy Tangerine. I have some cutouts from the silhouette. Adding some India ink to finish it off, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great Monday.